y'all, I've been struggling to drop this COVID weight. Anybody else? Are we still allowed to call it COVID weight? I don't know what the statute of limitation is. My girl has an 8-year-old and she still refers to that as baby weight, so I'm like, fuck it. Bitch, same, right? I don't have much motivation to lose the weight though, because people still fuck me at this size. When I stop getting bent over, I'll give up the carbs. Till then, this is what we doing. It's a struggle though. Here's the thing, whenever I gain weight, I have body image issues, like everybody does. Everybody, I feel like men always act like it's just a woman thing. No, it's a dude thing. Men, y'all have issues too, okay? Look, I'm going through a divorce, so I'm doing a lot of fucking right now. And let me tell you, the last guy I had sex with, this dude would not take his shirt off, okay? Do you understand? A man not taking off his shirt during sex, looking like we need a poo? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? If you're gonna get in the pool, take your motherfucking shirt off. What are you doing? But seriously, anytime I gain weight, like my weight goes to my upper arms. I don't know why that's where I hold my weight. It's the most annoying place to hold my weight. And I'm complaining to one of my girls. And I'm like, girl, every time I gain this weight, it's at my upper arm. She was like, ooh, bitch, I wish I had that problem. Every time I gain weight, it goes straight to my ass. Oh, bitch, you don't know how to play this game. Every woman knows how to play this game. I say something fucked up about myself, and then you volley back something more fucked up about yourself, and then we go back and forth till we're both very sad, then we get drunk. That's how you play the game. Why aren't you playing the game? She doubled down. She was like, no, seriously, I can eat whatever I want. My stomach stays flat, but my ass just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Bitch, kill yourself. Yeah, I don't know what I signed up for this toxic ass relationship. I had to explain to her though that everybody wants a big ass. Like big asses are in style. I don't know when it became a thing. It used to just be a black woman thing. That was our thing. I'm biracial. My mom's black, my dad's Indian, so that means I'm black. And I grew up in a black community, and let me tell you, black men get very upset when you don't have an ass, okay? They get very upset. And the thing is, I have the illusion of an ass. It's called big hips. So when you see me coming, you're like, yeah. And then I walk by and you're like, what the fuck happened? Everybody wants a big ass. They make songs about big asses from the beginning of time. We had Cisco with the thong song. We had Sir Mix-a-Lot. We got that song Booty Booty. We got all these songs about ass. You know what people aren't making songs about? Bitches with big arms. No one's like, hey, let me get that Popeye bitch. Hey, tricep meat on my dick. Take that. No one's making that song. I want a big ass. I do. I really wish I had a big ass. Like, y'all, if I had a big ass, I wouldn't even know how to read. Like, that's how powerful I feel an ass is. Like I said, I'm going through a divorce. I mean, that was cute. Thank you. Thank you. My husband was the one that initiated it. I love telling people that. Let me tell you, I Googled 70% of divorces are initiated by the woman. Okay, so I feel like a motherfucking trailblazer right now. Like, I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing for the feminist movement, but I'm doing my part, okay? I am doing my part. I wasn't even supposed to get married, to be honest with you. I was not. I reached a point in my life where I was like, I'm gonna be the cool aunt. That's who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be the cool aunt. And one day I woke up and I realized that I had never fucked an Indian dude before. And I was like, I should see what the fuck my mom was talking about. I should give him a shot. Now, some of y'all in here are judging me like, wow, look, everybody has goofy goals, okay? Somebody wants to swim with dolphins. Some of y'all want to jump out of a plane. I want the fucking Indian dude, so. Right, but I didn't know where to find them because that's not my jam. My whole life I've dated nothing but black men. They like me, I like them. Why mess it up, right? I fucked 2 white dudes, not at the same time. The first one, he refused to kick his dog out the bed. I know. I was like, what are we doing? He's just like, I don't want to inconvenience him. I was like, white men are wild. Okay. The second one, he kept on saying, cock. You like this cock? You want this cock? Take this cock. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go home. This ain't it. This ain't it. 2 was enough. I don't feel like y'all sent your best representatives, but that's on y'all. That's on y'all. But I'd never been with an Indian dude before, and I was like, I should give it a shot. I was like, I don't know where to find them though. Like, do I just go to the Google headquarters and just sit in the cafeteria? Like, where do I? I don't know how to. So I got online. I got on all the apps. I was on the Tinder, the Bumble, the Coffee Meets Bagel, the Corner. That's not an app. I was just on the Corner, just hoping some shit happened. They say if you want to find love, you got to be open. So I was like, here I am. So I got on the apps and I was looking. I was swiping. I met my husband on Bumble. Right? It wasn't even supposed to be my husband. He was just supposed to be my starter brown. I was just gonna get in and out. Just leave with a good story. But I was on the apps. I was on Bumble. I was swiping on all the Indian guys, all of them, just all of the brown guys to the right. It was just like Uber Eats, but for dicks, so just, we're doing Indian tonight. That's cool. Now here's the thing. My husband was online looking for a nice, quiet, purebred Indian girl. And I tricked him. Because on Bumble, I look Indian as fuck. Okay, this is what I look like on Bumble. So we started dating. Next thing you know, he's on his knee. He's proposing, and we get engaged. Now, this all happened before COVID. We were planning our wedding before COVID. Okay. One day, in the course of us planning the wedding, my husband comes home and he's like, "Hey, babe, my uncle died. So we're gonna have to wait a year before we get married." And I was like, oh, why really fuck with your uncle like that? Were we even inviting him to the wedding? And this is when I found out that in Hinduism, if somebody in the family dies, you gotta wait a whole year of mourning before you do any fun shit. And apparently wedding falls into the category of fun shit. Now I was brainwashed Catholic my entire life, so to me that sounded like some bullshit. But I didn't want to be disrespectful of his religion, but I also needed to fact check to make sure he wasn't trying to get out of it. But the thing is, the only other Hindu people I knew were his family, so I couldn't ask them because they were in on it. So that's what I decided. Every time I hopped in my Uber, I'd be like, quick question, before you drop me off. After enough rides, I found out it was a legit tradition. An antiquated tradition, but a real tradition. The other thing I found out, though, is that if somebody else dies during that year of mourning, that year starts all over again, okay? We're back to day 0, no time served, all right? So pretty much my entire engagement was me just trying to keep motherfuckers alive, okay? Just checking in on people, how you doing, how you feeling, how's the gout? I wasn't sure how my mother-in-law felt about me, but she has type 2 diabetes, and every time I saw her, the bitch was eating cake, so there's that. But we ended up getting married. My husband asked me if I wanted to convert to Hinduism, and I was like, yeah, y'all got colors and monkeys and elephants and shit. We don't got none of that. Plus, it was much easier for me to become Hindu than for him to become Catholic, right? In order to become Catholic, it's a whole process to convert, right? You have to get a sponsor. You have to go to meetings. You gotta let the priest touch you. It's like all these things that have to happen, right? Yeah, exactly. And at that point, I loved this man, right? So I liked him too, so I didn't want to put him through all that, right? So I was like, I'll go ahead and convert to Hinduism. How do I become Hindu? And he was like, oh, it's easy. All you have to do is just decide you're Hindu. And I was like, oh, like in my heart? And he was like, okay. And I was like, well, this seems really unofficial. Can I put up a Facebook status or something? And he was like, yeah, do whatever you gotta do. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm a motherfucking Hindu. He was like, don't do that. And I was like, okay, I knew there were rules. My soon-to-be ex-husband, he's a cop. Yeah, y'all are kind of seeing what happened. He's a cop, and he's not a tough cop. That's what I would tell people all the time. He's not a tough cop. Right? He's hanging out with us, some shit pop off. Don't look in his direction. That's not what he does. And I know he's not a tough cop because he has a tree nut allergy. You can't be tough with a tree nut allergy. Sometimes I look at him like, how are you a whole cop? How you gonna be the father of my kids, the head of our household, when a fucking pistachio can take you out? Like, if I could take a nut, you should be able to take a nut. We should both be taking nuts together. One of the biggest complaints I had with him is he did not compliment me enough. I know. Every woman in here knows that we need compliments, right? That's what we require. And I had to tell him, I was like, babe, you need to compliment me more. And he was just like, people compliment you all the time. I was like, yeah, there are people I don't want to compliment me, though. That is the plight of being a woman. So he's like, fine, I got you, whatever. A few weeks later, he shows up and he's like, hey, babe, you know what I think the sexiest thing about you is? And I was like, oh, this is not gonna be good. But okay, give it to me. And he's like, your ambition. It's like, oh. So you think I'm fat? Because that's what I heard. Because there's no way you see me naked every day and go look me in my face and tell me the sexiest thing about me is some shit you read on a motivational poster. Look, the next time you want to tell me something sexy about me, this is not the time for you to be thinking outside of the box. I need you to be very much in the box, okay? And what I need you to do is go out in the corner in the hood. Find a hood somewhere, go on that corner. When you see a bunch of dudes on that corner doing absolutely nothing, listen to what the fuck they're saying when women walk by. Listen to that shit, write it down, record it, repeat it back to yourself, play it in the mirror, do whatever you gotta do to make that yours, and come back and spit that shit back to me. Because here's the thing, I've never seen a bunch of dudes in the hood sitting on a corner doing absolutely nothing, see an attractive woman walk by and go, ah, you see shawty's ambition? Damn, Ma, look at you, all motivated and shit with your fat ass.